Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon, and I'm talking all about manifesting as a lifestyle, manifesting every area of your life. Design your life to be what you want it to be. Today, I wanted to talk about letting go and manifesting your desire. Okay, what's the idea of letting go? Let's talk about divine indifference. Divine indifference is when it's absolutely impossible for you to fail with your manifestation. Divine indifference is that you're allowing yourself to submit to the idea of the wisdom of God. Okay, just like the sun rises and falls every day, you know that your desire is yours. Just like the sun is rising every day, you're letting go to the divine indifference that your manifestation will rise just like the sun does every day. You know that as you breathe, you're breathing and you're breathing in oxygen. Your heart is beating. Okay, so let go to the worries, doubts, and fears that your desire is not yours, because just like your heart beats and you are breathing and the sun rises and falls, understand the idea of divine indifference. You've let go of your desire to the higher subconscious mind. You let go of the worry, doubt, and fear, and you know that it's all going to work through the wisdom of your subconscious mind. There's nothing really you need to do. You just release completely that idea. You could do that through scripting. You could do that through affirming and saying, I know it's done. So I also have a success story from one of my clients. And while they did my course and completed the exercises in my course, I also thought of that idea of letting go. Remember, you have to let go of the old version of yourself. That's what my course is all about. It's letting go of the old version of you, and you are aligning with the new version of you with your desire. So that's what you want to do, is have the thoughts, the feelings, the knowing, just knowing that your desire is yours. You don't have to, it's not about pretending. It's about creating new thoughts. It's about aligning with that reality that already exists. By telling yourself this desire is mine, telling yourself that there's nothing for you to worry about because it's already done through the wisdom of your subconscious mind. You have already inscribed and imprinted this idea. It's done. There's really nothing you need to do except for nurture, right? You have to nurture. You nurture that desire. It's like a prayer, right? But not prayer in the way that we think prayer is. You're not praying to anything outside of yourself. It's the declaring and the claiming of your own desire, and you nurture that desire with faith. You nurture that desire with expectancy, right? When you're expecting something, you're expecting your desire, okay? Nurture your desire with faith and expectancy, and know that your subconscious mind already has it done. It's already under control. All you need to do is really sit back and not lift a finger and know that it's done. The reason that we may not see any evidence or movement in our reality is because we're so focused on looking at what hasn't changed instead of just knowing that it's done. But when you look and you say, but it hasn't changed and nothing's different and it's just all the same and I don't like what I see, you're truly focusing on that desired reality that you don't want. Okay, here's a different perspective. Look at what you see as valuable and say, this is all valuable. It was all the old stuff I created, and that's okay. I'm going to let go of this old reality, and I'm going to choose and select a new reality by knowing divine indifference. You affirm that reality and it's done. Your subconscious mind is already working on it. Everything is being orchestrated. So my client that has a success story, she downloaded my course about 6 weeks ago. And then last week, okay, so her specific person has been in her life for a year, more than a year. And they have been seeing each other and talking to each other, right? Like the relationship, but it just wasn't moving. And she wouldn't hear from him for like days, right? So after doing the course, and by the way, in the year that they met, he has moved to another state. Okay, if any of you align with this, I've heard the story from many different people, different followers within my groups. Align with the version of you where your specific person is here, because just this last week, he told her that he's moving back to the same city with her. He's moving back to be with her. Okay, so in 6 weeks, she made that change. She's been with him for a year. And by the way, while he was with her, he moved away. All right, so instead of focusing on the external 3D circumstances of what happened, she looked at everything and said, okay, I created this. Okay, you don't have to ignore the 3D and say it didn't happen. No, it all exists. It's all existing. Everything's existing. You're just choosing another reality. You're choosing another reality by focusing your attention more on the reality that you prefer, right? The bigger picture, the light at the end of the tunnel of like, how do you see and want to experience your reality? So her specific person last week has said he is moving back, not just for work or whatever. He is specifically moving back for her. Okay, he's already working pretty remotely, and he made arrangements with his jobs to move back. Okay, so I'll hopefully have more of an update, but he is moving back for her, and this is exactly what she affirmed. She used my course to help as a blueprint, right? It's a blueprint. As a blueprint to align with the version who has her specific person here with her, okay? So we're letting go of the worry. We're letting go of the doubt. So what if you see the 3D reality and it's not here? You already planted the seed, just like a mustard seed. You planted the seed in your subconscious mind. You inscribed it and planted it. It's done. It's already done. You just have to nurture the seed by saying, yeah, it's done. Or you nurture the seed and say, yeah, that's all right. You look at the 3D reality and you spiral and you go, wait a minute, I planted the seed. It's done. It's okay that I spiraled. So what? I'm not stepping back. Nothing's wrong. I still get my desire. So get your mind set in your mental discipline to continue to tell the story of you having your desire. That's how you get your desire. And you can get it really quickly. And this person has been manifesting her specific person. She already understood the idea of manifesting a specific person when he came in her life. But he always came into her life as not really the ideal version, right? And moved away. Okay, so be the version of you with your desire. Stop doubting. Okay, if you do doubt, so what? Just say you doubted. You still get your desire. If you worried, so what? Okay, this will actually help you stop worrying and stop doubting, because you're not going to be so upset every time you're worrying and doubting. Just know that it's done. It's done. It's already your desire. And it's your desire, by the way, because your reality is created from you in your quantum bubble of reality. It's all of you. Let me answer some questions, everyone. Hi, Millie. I did a little experiment to start small. Someone would say a specific random word, and they did. I love it. Okay, so isn't that incredible? Doesn't that kind of give you chills and excitement? Well, why don't you start saying that was a pretty big experiment? Don't you think in the picture of everything, that's a big experiment, because you just proved to yourself that this is true. And we don't have to perceive reality as big or small. Think everything is big, and you just manifested something huge, that somebody said something specific back to you. So there's a great way for you to prove to yourself you're the operant power. Now that's exciting. Now keep doing that on a daily basis. You are doing this anyway, but all you need to do now is be more aware of what people are saying to you and observe your reality, because even without specifically saying something, as long as you observe your reality, you'll observe and know that it's all coming from you. You'll see that. How to manifest contact from SP when we don't have them on social media? Well, okay, remember, there are ways that you know not of. Know not of. God has ways you know not of, right? Have you heard this phrase before? Well, here's the thing. There are infinite possibilities. So if you're going to think of only the possibilities that you can come up with, the only possibility you're coming up with is social media and they don't have it. Okay, remember, infinite possibilities, infinity, infinite intelligence, source, universe has infinite ways you know not of. Tap into that. Just let it go. I'm talking all about letting go. And when I say let go, it's like letting go of the need to control exactly how it's going to happen. Okay, because now you're thinking, how's it going to happen? Okay, let it go. All you need to do is go to the end and affirm, I am the operant power. I create my reality. This is what you're going to affirm, right? I'm the operant power. I create my reality. And all I need to do is affirm that they are contacting me. And you keep affirming that. Okay, so do you really just want contact? You want something more? They are truly invested in me. They care about me. They want everything to do with me. They want to date me. They want to get to know me. This is the kind of dialogue you have with yourself. This is the self-talk and the conversation that you have with yourself, all right? Social media means nothing, because I can't tell you how many times I imagined someone and then let it go, because I just knew, I imagined it. I was like, yeah, I was thought about them. Well, I was at the local grocery store. That person was there. That, by the way, that's when I was dating. And that was a person that I'd gone out with a couple times. And I show up in the produce, he's already standing there. I was like, hello, okay? So, as someone from my real, because I'm also in real estate, right? So, and then there was someone I was thinking about, someone that I just thought about, because I was like, he knows about manifesting, and I wanted him to understand it. And I was like, yeah. And then next thing you know, it was like the next day I ran into him. Okay. So you don't have to know how it's going to happen. You can be anywhere at any place and they will show up in your life. You could be at a party or a barbecue and they are there. You could be at a sporting event and they're there. You could be pumping gas and they pull up next to you. Do you understand this? This is how your reality works. All you need to do is go to the end. It will all play out. So don't think it only has to come through social media. And when you're already affirming that you're God's gift to this earth, and everyone that you're interested is interested in you, that could be your affirmation, right? You will see that they will find you, okay? You are a magnet for all your desires, and you're bringing everything into your experience just by thinking about it. But don't think about them. They're over there, like over there. Where's there? Like they're here and you're here. Think like, always picture you're together. You know, I mean, you're picturing they are coming to you. You're going to the end, right? You go to the end. You're picturing they're with you. They want to be with you. They want to be in your presence. It's a blessing to be in your presence. You are the light of the world. It feels so good to be in your presence. Okay, so you also changed your number, and so I don't even need to address that, because you will run into them. You will run into them. Someone will tell you about them. They will find you. They will say, guess what? I really wanted to get your number, and I hope it's okay that I'm texting you. And they'll find a way. All you need to do is go to the end and let go and give up the needing to know how it's going to be done, and just decide it's already done, right? Divine indifference. You're just like, the sun rises. You've inscribed this desire on your subconscious mind. It's already done. What do I do for work? I am a manifesting and mindset coach. And I have a VIP group. If anyone's interested, if you need additional help, I have a VIP group. It's a monthly subscription group if you want to be part of a community and group where you level up your manifestation and your mindset and manifest the things that you want in all areas of your life. I go live in that group all the time. I go live with a Q&A. I go live with different topics, and I help you stay on target with the new mindset. Gabby, my SP keeps telling me he's always thinking about me. Yes. Okay, good. So by the way, add an action step to that, okay? So your SP is like, I'm always thinking about you, right? They're like, oh, I'm always thinking about you. You're like, oh yeah, you are. You've been affirming that, right? Now, remind yourself, oh yeah, this is working. It's working, and this is great. You're going to say things to yourself like, what things do you want to do with your specific person? Like, you want to go out to dinner or to a movie, or like what are the things you want to do? Start picturing and affirming that, right? Start affirming that reality. They're thinking about me and they want to move in with me. They're thinking about me. They want to be exclusive with me. They are thinking about me and they're telling me that they want to see me all the time. Okay, so think about that action. An action step is like, what do you want to experience, right, with them? Chris, SB didn't wish me happy birthday, but I didn't stress it, even if forgot. Okay, but Happy birthday, by the way. I hope you had an amazing birthday. Guess what? Your SP can wish you a happy birthday today. Even if it was last week or last month or a few months ago. Have you ever run into someone that said, oh my gosh, you know what? I just was thinking, I think I missed your birthday. Okay, so don't worry. I love that you didn't stress about it, but remember, you can still receive a message saying happy birthday. You could still receive a message in contact. By the way, in the big picture, just go to the end, because does it matter that they didn't wish you a happy birthday? If you're focusing on what you didn't get, you're focusing on the reality of what you don't have. I know you didn't do that. I know you're not doing that, but just so everybody's understanding that, right? You're continuing to focus on just going to the end and being together. So regardless of the 3D, the circumstances don't matter? Absolutely. The circumstances don't matter because you created the 3D and you created the circumstance. That's why the circumstance doesn't matter, because you created it. And because you created it, you can create something new, okay? But the circumstance doesn't matter because you can just start focusing in the present moment on the reality you prefer, okay? That's why they don't matter. That yesterday doesn't always, okay, if you understand reality creation, you understand everything's existing right now. So it doesn't even matter what happened this morning. Whatever happened this morning. I know somebody, I saw a lecture, I didn't know them. I saw a lecture of someone telling the story. This was with Mind Valley, right? You guys are familiar with Mind Valley. So she was giving a lecture about her friend who broke his leg, and he revised it. So even if you break your leg, you can revise it, and his leg was no longer broken, okay? They even looked at the X-rays, right? So he was a musician playing on stage, fell off stage, broke his leg, and revised it. His leg was not broken, no longer broken. Do you understand? That's why the past has nothing to do with the present moment. The present moment, you can focus on the reality you want. In my personal experience, I have revised what the doctor or what the dentist told my son about his tooth being infected and needing to be pulled. What did I do? I revised what the dentist told. I took the kid home. I brought him home, right? Let's see, this was last year. He was 11 years old. 11 years old. I brought him home. I said, okay. And I revised what the dentist said. I revised it. I imagined that I saw her look at me and say, his teeth are great. He's doing great. He's brushing really great. He's doing a great job. I imagined his teeth looking perfect, okay? So subsequently, we went back for a subsequent appointment a few days later, and they said he didn't need his tooth pulled, okay? So I understand there is a 3D reality that we're living in. I still scheduled the appointment for my son to go back to have his tooth pulled, but I already revised it in my head, and I said, we're gonna show up. I told my kids in the morning, we're gonna go to the dentist and they're gonna tell us everything goes okay. That's what I told my kids. But I already knew that I scheduled the appointment, so it's understanding the duality of reality, but you have the power beyond what the duality of reality is. I told my kids, we're gonna go there, they're gonna tell us it's all good, and we're gonna go get ice cream. We're gonna go get a shake or whatever, one of those fancy shakes. Okay, so that's why circumstances don't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because we can align and create anything we want in the present moment, in the present with the present moment, with our thoughts, using our vision, right? Using our imagination. Okay, so if your circumstance is your specific person is married to someone else, that circumstance doesn't matter. But if you think the circumstance matters and you keep saying, but they're married and they're not divorced yet and they're still married, and I looked on social media and they're still together with the third party, you keep that, you're the only person keeping that reality in place by focusing on that. Okay, so in order to change that with a third party or with anything in your reality, instead of picturing and putting the attention and focus on what you don't want, you could revise it in your head. You can revise it. You could revise it that they already got divorced. Okay, you revise that. You revise that they're already, they've already had a discussion of separation. Okay, whatever seems more natural to you might work better. So if it feels more natural to say, I bet they had a fight and it's all over now, and my specific person is coming to my door to tell me how much they love and adore me. All right, so that is how you create your reality, and you're not worried about the circumstance. All you need to do is tell the story and focus on the reality of your preference. And you focus on that reality by affirming it, by telling the story of that reality, by aligning with that reality, right? By deciding, you could just decide it's done, okay? And it's done. And that reality, it's law, it must manifest. And the only reason it may not be, it wasn't Post Malone, I saw that, but it wasn't him. No, this is a story from several years ago. Okay. But I'm telling you some of the stories that are in our current society would feel less believable so you understand to the extent and degree that you can change your reality, right? That you can align with any reality. It's all existing right now. Oh, okay, so Gabby said, I actually just manifested my period to be shorter. It only lasted 3 days. Okay, I've done the same thing. I've manifested, I went from the most horrendous cramps and a long period to really short, right? So all you have to do is tell the story. I'm no longer having any cramps. I feel so good when I have my period. Okay, everything's only a belief. PMS is only a belief. If you believe you have it, you have it. Okay, if you believe that's part of your reality, or if you haven't really decided if it is or isn't, you're just subject to the randomness of reality. Okay, so, but more of the point is you can create it to be what you want it to be. There's also a perception that I don't know what the studies are, but 20% of women can only have an orgasm a certain way. None of that's true. All you need to do is affirm the reality of your preference, how your body works, how your body moves, how your body feels, okay? It's with everything. So these are other ways you test that you're the operant power with creating a shorter period. Create that you have no cramps. Create that you never get PMS. Create that you are reverse aging and everyone tells you how young and beautiful you look. Create that you didn't even grow taller, but everyone's telling you you look taller. Because even if you didn't grow taller, people will still reflect back to you and tell you you are if you affirm that reality. Okay? Barb, is it best to cut off contact with your SP if he only responds to my request that he doesn't reach out? He only responds to your request. Okay, well, here's the thing. I don't know what you mean exactly. He's responding to your messages, but he's never reaching out or whatever. Okay, here. Instead of looking at what you're currently seeing, go to the end. What do you want? Okay, because this is a way to quantum jump into the reality you want. You don't need to create your reality from what happened this morning, or what's currently happening. Just go to the end. Okay, so instead of looking at, this is the question in your head, should I cut him off, right? You're already having these thoughts through the day, maybe for several days, right? Should I cut him off? He's not responding to me. I don't really get requests. They're not taking an effort and initiative, right? Those are all the things going through your head, and those things that you're saying, that's exactly why your reality is what it is. It is what it is because you're contemplating that idea in your head and you're talking about that in your head. Okay, so all you need to do is just say, what do I want? That's what you ask yourself. What do I want? You know what? I want him to be totally in love with me. I want him to declare his love for me. I want complete commitment. That's what you do. It doesn't matter if you cut him off or don't cut him off. You just go to the end. So you could cut him off and say, okay, fine, I'm going to cut him off and I know this is working. Or you can not cut him off and say, I don't care, it's still working. It doesn't really matter what you do in the 3D reality. More importantly, decide whatever you do aligns with your end result. Do you get that, you guys? So whatever is happening, all the circumstances that are currently happening in your 3D, you don't even have to overthink all that. All you have to do is say, no, I'm not cutting him off because he's in love with me, right? And then you go to the end of like script out the story of what you want, and you go to the end and you say it's done. And then you use the idea of letting go or divine indifference, and that is letting go to your subconscious mind that you already wrote it out or you already affirmed it, and it's done. Okay, and you could affirm it a couple times a day, every morning, afternoon, and night, and you could remind yourself it's done. It's already done. There's nothing more you need to do. And whatever's happening in the 3D reality, when you don't like it, just say to yourself, I don't like this. I don't choose this. And then you stop spending your thoughts and energy and time on that whole scenario. Okay, because I get it. I'm a human being too, right? And I used to do those kind of things where it was like, should I do this or should I do that or should I do this? Right, we're contemplating in our head, maybe if I cut him off, this will work. Or maybe if I, right? And we're not even sure what to do. But I want you guys to be more sure. All you have to do is declare and say, you know what? I'm sure what I'm doing is right. That's it. Because you're the operant power, you're like the creator of your life. Right? You understand you're molding the clay of your own reality. So think of somebody who has that spinning wheel and there's clay on it, and the clay is like spinning around, right? And you put your hands on the clay, and you could get the clay to mold into the vase, and it can mold into the vase, and then all of a sudden you kind of moved your hand a certain way. It's just like that, because however you move and think, your reality reflects it. So by accident you went like that to the clay, and now there's a big dent in it. What do you have to do? You just have to go back to the visual. You're picturing the same thing with the clay in the vase. Your hands are holding the clay. I mean, even if you haven't done pottery, you've seen it before and you can imagine this, right? But the person who's molding the clay to the vase, they have a visual of what they want. In their head, they already think, I want the vase. That's what, because I've done this, right? I've taken classes with the pottery and with the wheel. So in my head, I know I'm making the vase, and I know I have an idea of what I want it to look like. Now I just have to get my hands. Sometimes I'm messing it up, but I still go back to that visual. Nope, I'm not gonna just decide it's messed up and this is it, I quit. Okay, I'm gonna keep using my hands to mold it. So just think about that with your thoughts. You're gonna keep using your thoughts to mold it. You're the only one who's molding the clay in your reality. In my reality, I'm molding the clay. In your reality, you're molding the clay of your life. You're molding everyone and everything in your life with how you're thinking. Okay, so since you're the operant power, all you need to do is say, whatever I do works. That's all you have to say. I'm the operant power, whatever I do works. Okay, because I get it. When we learn this, it's like, should I do? Okay, there are millions of people teaching all different aspects of reality creation. There's reality transurfing, law of attraction, law of assumption. There is everything out there. Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bob Proctor, everyone on all different levels, okay? So of course that could feel confusing. Should I do this? Should I do that? Should I script? Should I affirm? How many times? When? Da 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 da. All of it, all that matters to you is you decide. You're going to say to yourself, I'm doing this and it's going to work. That's all you have to do. Now let's say when you're doubting, it's only your reality. So my goal for you is for you not to doubt anymore. For you just to say, I'm figuring this out. And I'm good at this. I'm getting good at this. And I'm the operant power and everything's responding to me. And I'm going to feel sure about myself. And I'm going to be more knowing. By the way, if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe, because I have a meditation there. It's called Trusting and Knowing That Your Desire Is Yours in my playlist. That's a powerful one for you to align with the version of you who's like, I trust in myself. I know this is mine. I know I create my reality. I know how to overcome circumstances. All right, so that was like a long-winded example and description of how you can make your own decision about what to do in your reality and get your desire. Because it doesn't matter what you do in your 3D reality. It doesn't matter if right now they texted you, I never want to see you again, ever again. But if you believe what they say and you take it personally and you feel really hurt, you're going to create your future outcome. Okay, so instead of taking it personally, if someone said that to you, you're going to think that your reality is just like clay and that you accidentally put some stupid dent in that clay accidentally, unconsciously. So you're not going to feel so hurt and you're not going to take it personally. Instead, you're going to align with the version of you who knows you're powerful and knows that you are the creator. And you go, you know what, all I need to do is practice molding the clay of my life. All I need to do is practice having the thoughts that I have my desire. So then you're affirming those thoughts would be no. I'm not taking no from an answer. I'm not settling from the 3D reality I don't want. I get what I want. And I want that this relationship. Okay? Then you're affirming your reality think of the words I am as the most powerful words, because your self-concept means I am. Whatever you're saying, I am smart. I am brilliant. I am the catch, right? I am the perfect partner. I am the perfect wife. Okay? I am loving. I am kind. Now catch yourself. What are you saying? Man, I'm so stupid. How did I do that? Okay? So we want to start to shift our I am thoughts, because that's your identity. Your I am statements should be and align with the version of you with your desire. I am the most desirable person. I am a priority. I am important. I am valuable. Not only am I valuable and know that I'm valuable, but everyone in my reality sees that and reflects it back to me. Not only do I love myself, my specific person loves me. Okay, so that's how you have a dialogue with yourself of being in the identity and the version of you with your desire. You only need to do that. Do you understand how simple this is? I mean, in the big picture, it's a simple thing. It's not like you have to go out there and work and try hard, and you don't have to do anything different. You don't have to lose weight. You don't have to gain weight. You don't have to grow taller. You don't have to get a better job. You only need to have the thoughts that you are the priority, that you are in the relationship. That's it. You don't have to condition your desire with anything except be the version of you with your desire. Polly, I've been feeling guilty, like if he doesn't care, why should I try to manifest him think of me? He does care. Remember, I recognize your name, so I know you're here and I know you understand this on some level. Okay, so stop feeling guilty, because you don't want to feel guilty about life. Don't have any regrets about life. Everything is a learning experience, and you've woken up to realize that you are the operant power and you create your reality. And that's incredible, and it's incredibly powerful, because you could change your reality. Don't put the focus on him and that he doesn't care. Instead, I want you to only affirm how great you are. Okay, I want you to start thinking, give yourself all the things that you want. You're gonna think of yourself, and you're gonna think the loveliest thoughts of yourself, and you're gonna think like how beautiful you are, and you're gonna think how you are the perfect catch, and you're just gonna think that all day long. You're gonna think that you are perfect and you're whole and you're complete, and that is who you are. Okay, because when you truly see yourself that way, I'm not saying you don't see yourself that way on some level. You probably do. I know you do, right? But you don't see that he does. It will reflect through him, okay? Now, if you think about him, you could also, you could think about other people, not him, but just think about other people who care for you and how important you are in other people's lives, okay? And then the more that you're working on that whole ideal, you'll see it reflect back to you. Bring the idea of him, if he comes to your mind, right? Think about, he does care, okay? I mean, you could replace it. You could revise. You could revise it that he always cared about you. Okay, so that is a powerful mind. It's an exercise of the mind, because you have to replace with some. You replace your mind. The sun is like coming in on my eyes right there. You have to replace. What you want to replace, like, okay, if we think someone doesn't care for us, now we think of that person and we have this whole association about them not caring, right? But you can revise it, and you can revise it where he cares about you. And you could revise it imagining that he brought you flowers. You can revise it imagining he's saying how much he cares about you, okay? Or you could do it in the present moment, or go to the future. It doesn't matter if you go to the past, the present, or the future. there's where you want your idea for the picture of that reality. You want to picture that reality. Maybe take advice. What did Millie at the beginning was saying? She just she did a little experiment and affirmed some things that she just wanted a specific random word for someone to say, and they said it to her. So why don't you do that, where you're affirm something like, my legs are so strong, my legs are so strong, my legs are so strong. And now let that be a dominant thought in your mind. And when you go out in the world, you're just going to observe, because I promise you, someone is going to tell you, oh my gosh, your legs look so strong. Okay, because your thoughts create, and your thoughts are manifesting out in the world, and whatever you're saying manifests back. It's a mirror. Your reality is a mirror and reflection of your inner words, your inner dialogue, the inner thoughts that you're having. So affirm that. I'm not saying you even have to do anything different. You don't have to start working out where you're working out your legs. You're just going to affirm, my legs are strong, and you're going to watch the 3D reality reflect it back to you by someone telling you that. So there's a place where you could start, because I don't want you to be in the place of guilt. Forgive him, for he knows not what he does, okay? Because he's only a reflection of you. So forgive him. He knows not what he's doing. Forgive yourself, because you didn't know this is all unconscious. Do you understand that? So forgive the past and just take it for the value it is. It's just showing you that you weren't aligning with the reality you wanted, and you have the power to align with that reality. I feel like whenever someone gets to know me, they lose interest. Look, okay, you got to change that. That's a story you're telling, and that story is manifesting. Okay, now you have to start saying, whenever someone gets to know me, they are even more interested. They are so interested in me because I'm interesting. I'm really fun to be around. I'm really cool. I am so loving and kind. Everyone loves to be around me. So you have to, this is, it's a mental exercise, okay? Because you have to practice saying those kind of things, because your current reality, right? The current reality is showing and telling you right now, it's happened, and it's a cycle. And once we start to have a cycle in our life, it feels so true, and it feels so real. But you just decide to break the cycle, and you decide to break the cycle by affirming the reality you want. You could say, you know what? It used to be that way. It used to be like people lost interest in me, but I know I'm the operant power, and I want people to be interested in me because I am cool. And then you're gonna keep affirming that kind of reality. People are interested in me. I'm interesting. Okay, we don't even have to do you understand? You don't have to do anything different except claim you're interesting. That's it, okay? You don't have to claim you're anything else but interesting, if that's what the experience you want, okay? Now you can add to that to help you get to that place. Think, how do you want it to be? You want someone to get to know you, and they're like, yeah, you're really cool. That's what people think. They think I'm so cool. People love talking to me because I'm easy to talk to. People love talking to me because it just feels so warm and inviting in my presence. People love to talk to me. People want to get to know me. They're always interested in me because they feel safe with me. They feel secure. They know that I don't judge. They know that they could feel safe to share anything with me. All right? So, by the way, whatever you say doesn't even necessarily have to be true right now, but it will become true. Let's say you don't even know let's say you're like, well, I'm kind of an introvert and I never know what to say to people. But if you want to create a reality where it's really easy flowing conversation, that's all you have to do is affirm that, because it will naturally happen to you. When you affirm that reality, you'll just naturally be aligned with that reality. When you continue to affirm that, right? You'll become that. So I communicate easily and effortlessly with people. It's so fun. It's so fun to have a conversation with me. I always know how to, have a wonderful conversation. Okay. People feel really safe sharing things with me, and I'm a good listener. And I'm listening to people, and that's what they love. They love to be around me for that. Okay, so do you understand? All you need to do is paint the picture. Paint the picture of how you do want it to be, instead of focusing on what you currently see that you don't like. Okay, so in order to manifest and change our reality and to quantum jump and make this shift really quickly, this doesn't have to take a long time. You just start saying it like you want it to be, right? Sonia, I'm a good girl. Life is good. Life is good. I'm already living my dream life. That's a great affirmation. Everything, what's the one that the lady had on TikTok? I don't chase, I attract. What belongs to me always finds me, right? And here's the thing, it's not like what belongs to me you don't know. You know what belongs to you. So that relationship belongs to you. It will find you. Okay, that affirmation was all over TikTok so powerfully because people heard it and they go, oh, I like that, and they believed in it, and then they had evidence that it worked, because it does work, because your thoughts are manifesting out. And when you say, I don't chase, I attract, you're attracting things in your life. Okay, so let that be your dominant, affirmation that you say. I attract everything in my life. I don't even chase it all. I just sit back and I let it all come to me. I don't lift a finger, because you can live a reality where you're not even lifting a finger. Affirm, they're always interested in you, always keep their attention. Great. Will Jason and I lead to intimacy relationship? Yes. Yeah, that's all you have to affirm. Yes, I want you to say that. Yes, our relationship is intimate. Our relationship is solid. Our relationship is secure. Okay, our relationship is like meeting of the minds, like complete soulmates. It's the story. Think of the story you want to tell. You could get as romantic as you want. You could get as wild and crazy as you want, whatever you want it to be. Just consistently tell the story that you want. There is a big part of reality creation about you learning to go to yourself for your own desires, because through our experiences in life, we've been told by other people like what we should be or should do, or and so try to think authentically from yourself about what's your true desire. Okay, and sometimes that's a little bit of a process. Maybe you don't know what that bigger picture looks like. Well, you'll get more and more clear the more that you think, the more that you experience what you don't like. That helps you get clear on what you do like. So all of those things happening that you don't like help you get clear on what you do like. So you're always going to take value from anything. Thank you, Sonia. Oh, Chris, your birthday was Friday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Isn't it fun having a birthday on a Friday? You can celebrate all weekend, celebrate today. And I don't care what happened. If it didn't totally go your way, you're going to make it go your way today. You can light a candle for yourself. You could go walk to a coffee shop and go get a delicious coffee. Go buy yourself a treat and just say, you know what? I intend to live my best life, and make a decision. This is right now, right? You can like make this decision, and there's already that idea of like a candle, like blowing out a candle in a wish, right? And just say, this is the year where everything's changed for me. My life is my dream life. Okay. I feel like I limit myself before I even start. Yeah, I know. Well, okay, that's okay. That's okay. Guess what? What's more powerful is that you recognize that you're limiting yourself before you even started. Now realization that's powerful, because now you're like, I'm limiting myself. But before, you had no idea that you were really limiting yourself. You weren't really aware of that. Maybe you were on some level, but now you're understanding. Yeah, so start thinking, I'm limitless. I am unlimited. There are infinite ways that this could play out. How do you let your manifestations go? But think about them. Okay, sorry, I thought there was another question about that. You're not letting your manifestation go, but you know what you're letting go of? You're letting go of telling opposing stories. You're going to decide the manifestation's yours. That's it. You can affirm it every day still. You could think about it, okay? But you're going to let go of, how's it going to happen? You're going to let go of the doubt. You're going to let go of the worry. You're going to let go of the idea of how it needs to happen, because your limited mind can only conceive certain things. So you're going to let go of those ideas. Okay? You're not letting go of your manifestation. Your desire is yours. It's yours. You're allowed to think about it. You're not going to think about it from lack. You're going to think about it knowing it's yours. okay? And you're gonna think, this manifestation is mine. I want you to expect it. But if we're expecting something, we don't have to be thinking about it all day long, right? When my mother-in-law used to come in town, and I love her, my ex-other mother-in-law, she lives out of the country, and I was expecting her to come, but I didn't think about her all day long, but I was like, if I thought about her, I was like, oh no, I know I'm expecting her to come. Okay, so think about that with your desire. You're expecting it to come, but you don't need to think about it all the time, all day. Okay, you can. There's nothing wrong with it, but you don't want to think about it as if you don't have it. You don't, like, what I mean more clearly is you don't want to think, where is it? I don't have it. I've been affirming for 3 weeks straight, and it's still not here, because you already have your desire. And then the minute we're affirming it, if we're affirming it and we're saying we don't have it at the same time, you're not necessarily seeing movement. I mean, if you're not seeing movement, it's because you're doing that, because you are affirming it, and then you're unaffirming it. You're saying I don't have it. So you're affirming you don't have it, and you're affirming you do have it. What's going to happen? You don't have any movement. Okay, you choose one story to tell. I do have it. This is my desire. Okay, I'm letting go of doubts. I'm letting go of worry. That would be, I brought this up a little while ago, but on my YouTube channel, I have in the playlist, it's under self-concept, trust and know your desire is yours. Okay, I know this desire is mine. I know how to overcome the 3D circumstances. I trust that this is mine. I trust that I'm the creator. Okay, I trust that my thoughts create. I trust that I'm powerful. Okay, so you can build that within you, like build that version of you within you. That's like knowing and trusting, where you're not like looking for it and wondering when it's going to happen. Cranky mamas, live in the imagination during the day, but get woke up at night thinking about the fears, the 3D reality. Oh, okay. So during the day, you're in your imagination. At night, here's what you could do. Tell yourself, okay, you wake up in the middle of the night and then you have these fears about your 3D. Just tell yourself you're purging it, okay? It's all the story you tell, okay? So you're going to tell yourself, this is good. I'm letting go and you're letting go of the fears, okay? Let that, because that will start to dissolve, okay? Because you'll also, instead of feeling more fearful about the fact that you're fearing things, you're going to just allow yourself to have that fear, and you're going to allow yourself to have the perception that that fear is dissolving away. You're letting that fear out, and you're letting that fear go. And it is okay that you're waking up with those fears, okay? Because that's going to help you ease back into a place of, I'm in the wish fulfilled. This desire is mine. Those fears are being released. You're releasing and letting go of all those fears, okay? Yeah. And somebody said, yep, just to affirm it's the old stories leaving. It's the old stories leaving. Perfect. I'll try to go faster. I know when I answer one question, it takes me sometimes 5 to 10 minutes, but it doesn't matter. If I answer someone else's question, do you understand that I'm also answering your question, even though it doesn't feel specific to your question? It's the same. Yeah, Sherry said, oh my God, my period is perfect. It's perfect, right? Isn't it perfect? So everything is perfect. My body's perfect. I'm perfect. Everything. That's all you have to do is say everything's perfect. Okay. On how many aspects can we focus? You can focus on as many as you want. Okay, line to God. Remember, we're already creating our reality. We are already creating everything in our reality. So our brain has already adjusted to having many thoughts and ideas all at the same time. So you could focus on it in as many aspects as you want. You can create overall general beliefs about your reality that you are living your best life. You're living your dream life. So if you're affirming things like, I live my dream life and every day feels like a dream to me, you will create that reality. It will imply that that's reflecting if you're living your dream life, that means you have the things you want. That means you have the love you want, the job you want, the money you want, the health you want, right? So if you're also thinking of the bigger, like core, it's a core foundational belief, just like a house has a foundation, right? So create that you have this foundation of knowing that your reality like is a dream, okay? You create that and your reality will become that. Sarah, my SP and I are barely emailing at the moment and probably being influenced by my ex-friend. Okay. It's all your story. Okay, you have a story that your ex-friend is influencing your SP. And it's only your story that you're telling. The only reason this is happening with your ex-friend is because it's coming from you. All right? All right, so you have to tell the story that you want. You need to affirm the story that you want, okay? SP and I are emailing. You know, we're not even emailing. No, you don't want to email. Okay, but go to the bigger picture. What do you want? Go to the bigger picture. Consistent communication. They adore you, right? So you're going to say things to yourself like, I adore myself. I am adored. I am adored. I'm adored by myself. I'm adored by my specific person. My specific person loves being in my presence, right? The story that you're telling is what's manifesting. Okay, so your ex-friend, you can manifest that either that they're back in your life and they're a great friend, or you can manifest that they're no longer part of your life and they don't even know your specific person anymore because they've started a whole new life. Truly, whatever you say is what's becoming your reality. So all you need to do is affirm that story, and you affirm that story over and over. So what do you want? That's all you have to decide, what you want, and you affirm what you want. Can you revise a crime that you committed years ago which still affects you today? Absolutely. Absolutely. Revision works in all different ways. But remember, there's not just one way to revise. You could just go to the end and saying not like that you have the things you want. It doesn't affect you. But the fact that you think it affects you is why it's affecting you. Okay. Now you could go back and recreate that whole scenario and what happened. You could recreate what happened, and you're jumping into a different timeline. Do you understand? That's how malleable and flexible reality is. All right. That you will shift from that timeline to a new timeline. What do I do? If we find peace and give this another go, how can I shut the fear of her? Well, you want to step into what's the opposite of fear. And the opposite of fear is love, security, safety, right? So it's all coming from you 100%, okay? All you need to do is start to focus more on the love and not the fear. You're putting your focus and attention on dissolving the fear away. Okay, so it's love. All right, so what do you want to picture? Spend more time thinking about that. Spend more time creating new imaginal scenes. You can create and revise the past. What things made you feel fearful, and revise those, okay? Okay, so all you have to do is focus on what you truly want. Do you understand that even if something happened that felt fearful, it's not a big deal because you could change it right now? Sherry, I blocked someone and they sent me money to apologize. All right, good, great. Manifesting money. It's hard to ignore the 3D when your boundaries keep getting violated. You have to affirm for that, right? My boundaries people always adhere to my boundaries, right? I am respected. I am important in my own life and in other people's lives. I don't even have to worry about my boundaries because no one's ever stepping over my boundaries. Okay. Now in the 3D, if you have certain boundaries that somebody's stepping over, you can absolutely say something to them. It's not like you don't have to say anything. You can. I travel 5 hours to spend my days off with my SP who works and gets off to play video games. I ignore it and think positively. You ignore it and think positively. Okay, so it's not necessarily that you're ignoring what's happening, but you want to revise and replace that, okay? So here's the story you want to tell yourself, because I have a sort of an idea of what someone might think when it's like, I drove here 5 hours. You got to be kidding me. I drove here 5 hours and you're playing video games, and now you don't even say that, but you're thinking it in your head, and then you try to think positive, like it's all going to be okay, and I know they still love me, and da-da-da. Okay, right? Not, but you got to tell a different story. I'm driving 5 hours and my person loves me. And he appreciates me and he shows me. You have to, you could even say he's inviting me to play with him. Or, you know what, he told me you have to tell a new story. He plays those games at night when I'm not there. And when I come on the weekend, I am his sole priority, okay? So it's not necessarily that we just have to ignore it and think positively. You want to replace all the meaning of that story. So he's spending time with me. He's treating me like I'm the most important thing in his world while I'm here this weekend, or all the time, not just the weekend, but like all the time, okay? So you have to tell the story like you want it. You start to, okay, let's say you're there right now and he's playing a game and you're on TikTok right here. Start imagining that he's saying, hey, what are you doing? What should we do for dinner? What should we do for lunch? Okay, because I was thinking, like you're imagining that your person is saying this, right? That they're saying, I was thinking for lunch, why don't we go to this place that I really like? So you have to you want to create scenes in your mind of what you would want to be doing. Just met a new guy and want to manifest him, but why do I feel like it would be harder than my old SP? No, it's not. It's easier. It's easier. Okay, so it's a story you're telling, and maybe you had a hard time with your old SP, but you have to change the story you're telling. So that's your mental discipline is, why would it be hard to manifest him? Do you know how great you are? And you're powerful, and you're a goddess, or you're a god. It's easy for you to do this. You just have to start saying the opposite. You have to start saying it's easier. I started the same way, you guys. For me to be the place I'm at and understand this on a deep level, I didn't know. I sort of knew, but I didn't. And what I did was I knew, I was like, this is incredible. My thoughts are creating. That's what I was thinking. How does this work? I want to know and understand how this works. I want to be so good at this. I want to understand on a deep level. I want to connect to the subconscious mind. I want information to download into me that I know how I'm manifesting. I can manifest easily and effortlessly. I can speak on this and know everything about this topic. Did I know how to do that? No. I created being that person by affirming it. And when you're focused on, all you need to do is affirm the reality you want and you become it. I've been doing that. That's really all I did. All I did was, I was like, well, I started recognizing what I was saying. Okay, so you recognize, you said, it's harder. No, you're going to start saying, it's easier. It's easier. It's going to be easier. I intend it's easier. In any way you can, say it's easier. And if you say it's easier and it feels really resistant, then just say, I intend that this is easier. I want this to be easier because I want to manifest a specific person and I want life to be fun. I want to be really good at this. So it's the story you tell yourself. So picture that's who you are. You are that person who knows how to manifest everything you want so easily. Okay, and that's all you need to do is affirm that version of you over and over. And then you will see evidence, your world will show you how good you are at it. Okay, guys, I do have to run. I love you all. Have a wonderful afternoon. And if you need additional help, I have a free Facebook group. The link's in my bio in my description. If you want to join my Facebook group, I have one-on-one coaching available. If you want to level up your manifestations, I have my new course available, Master Your Reality by Mastering Your Self-Concept. That's a blueprint of being the identity and the self-concept of the version of you with your desire. So I love you all, and you guys have a great day. Bye.